You have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon and welcome to the December 16th, the wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what the bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But much more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in at 877-927-6648. And if you can't dial in, well, we've got you covered there too. Let those fingers do the walking. Go ahead, send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on wonderful Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Lush Show. Bit of a mixed bag out here as we take a look at the indices. We've got some trading higher, some trading lower. You've got the Dow off 75, the Russell down 8. The S&P is up 2, the NASDAQ is up 34. So will we see lower price and then higher price? What do you mean, Steve-O? Let's take a look at the 2-week indices out here. When I say week, I'm just referring to the day. Let's take a look at the Dow. We will begin looking at the Dow using the 30-minute time frame equity future contract. So what is it that we know? We got a nice little TD9 count top that had formed out here at about 5:36 this morning. That is in place. We see it close below the bottom of its profile. That suggests you go back to the next level of support. That's at 30.072, and 30.072 held for a while, but it has since broken. Now, the cool thing is that the candle that closed at 1 p.m. is a hammer candle. So you already know, just simply by the makeup of the candle, that buyers were trying to form a bottom. Now, does Steve have a bottoming pattern? The answer is no. Don't have an A to B equals CD. Don't have a TD9 count. Don't have a Chapman wave count. Got zip, zilch, nada. But this is the cool thing for you with regard to you, if you're trading the Dow, you're trying to understand what it may do and where it might head to. A close below 30.011, the Dow equity future contract, a close below the bottom of that hammer candle. The expression is if you're long, you're wrong. What it really means is expect the market to move further back. Well, move back to where? Inside the case of the inside of the YM, 29.801 is the number. Now, that's not to say that we can't draw an A to B equals CD pattern. It's not to say that it can't generate some type of TD9 count before it gets down there. And the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD gets you to 29.948. But Stevie says, yeah, I don't think even a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD to downside will hold. But watch the bottom of that hammer candle. That's the low of the session so far. A close below that suggests lower price for the Dow. Let's go look at the Russell 2000. Again, we're going to look at the 30-minute time frame chart. We're just simply trying to understand where is price in relationship to its breakout level, and or are there any bottoming patterns or signals? Well, we can see this generated a Rhodes momentum indicator top. That's the diagonal lines on my screen that you can see out there. We can also see that price got below the bottom of its profile, 30-minute profile. Therefore, price went ahead and fell back to the next level of support. Well, that was at 1956, and that held for about 30 minutes time, and then it has given way. In fact, we saw a candle out here. This is the message from the Russell 2000. We see a candle right here as it was trying to form a TD9 count. This is the 11 a.m. session. An old support became resistance. Now what we're taking a look at is price is taking on a bullish structured profile, and it's traded right into the bottom. So support should hold right here. By the way, right here is 1949.70. If you see a close below 1949.70 in the Russell 2000 equity future contract, that is signaling to you and I that price wants to go target the next level of support for this time frame, and that would be 1924. Do we have that message yet? We do not. Do we need a close below the low of the session? We do not. What we need is a close below the bottom of this bullish structured profile at 1949.70. This is a very key level of support. And until it fails, and by fails, we mean a close below that level, you have to assume that price will hold. We don't have to assume anything, but you should anticipate that price will hold. So there's your Russell 2000, and there is your Dow. Both of them are suggesting lower price, but what you and I have been able to do is we've been able to identify the key data points, the key specific price that price must close below to then signal to you where price is headed to. Those would be the lower levels. If we take a look at the NQ out here, what's its signals? Its signals are different than the Russell 2000 or the Dow. Here, when price was moving lower this morning, as I'm sure many people were getting the giddies out there. Is giddy? Is that what people say out there? I don't want you to get the giddies. I just want you to understand the patterns that are out here. So at 10 o'clock, as there probably was this whoa, big sell-off, what do you mean? All that was taking place was bar number 9 of a TD9 count, which has held. Price and get price right above its breakdown level. That was at 12,641. We're just below that right now. So maybe this is just setting up a bit of a consolidation out here. What we do know about the NQ is where are the support levels? Well, those support levels right now would be at 12,609. You've got one at 12,622, and then there's one that's being tested as we speak at 12,634. Those are the, in reverse order, the top, the bottom, and the center of the profiles. And a close below that says you go back and you revisit this morning's low or perhaps the breakout level, which is at 12,518. TD9's working. You want to learn this pattern, folks. I'd like you to learn this pattern. Of course, easy to do it. Just simply subscribe for 30 days or less. Well, 30 days or less and doesn't cost you anything. Here's the ES Mini. We took a look at this during the 1 p.m. update. Price generates a nice topping pattern and pulls right back and tests and rejects support, breakout support, 36.8375. That's the number you want down on the pad of paper, because if you see a close below that, that's suggesting lower price. But you're right. You are exactly right. You looked at this chart and you said, well, hold on a minute here, Steve-O. I see a hammer candle that formed as the TD9 breakout level was being tested at 10 o'clock. Don't we really need to see a close below the bottom of that hammer candle at 36.8125? And the answer is yes. So thank you for observing that. That's the number. So you get two numbers right down on the pad of paper, but it's really going to be the bottom of that hammer candle. Close below that would suggest a move back to 36.58. Its next level of support. All that we're doing out here, we're looking for topping and bottoming signals, patterns, and we're looking to identify where is support and where is resistance. And if we do that, we are ahead of the game. Now, with regard to the game, well, we're just about to go to a breakout there. I don't have any questions that I know of yet inside the Tiger's Den or by email, but that's okay. I'll find things to talk about. But I want to talk about a review, what you want to take a look at. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Dow's off 71, S&P's up 4. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. Do you have broken or unwanted jewelry, diamonds, watches, coins, silverware, and other collectibles that you would like to turn into cash? Tiger Precious Metals and Stones will pay fair market value. We make it easy to turn your precious metals that are sitting around in your house into cash. Call Andy now at 727-329-8245 and he will walk you through our safe and secure process. Andy has been in the business buying and selling precious metals for over 15 years. Call Andy now at 727-329-8245.
TFNN has just launched our Tiger Dollar Holiday Sale. For a limited time, we've doubled all the Tiger Dollar bonuses, where you can now get up to a 20, 30, or even a 40% bonus on your Tiger Dollar purchase. Tiger Dollars are good for all TFNN newsletters, webinars, and services and never expire. Whether you're a current subscriber or just thinking of signing up for any TFNN products in the future, this is a great time to get your Tiger Dollars. Happy holidays from all of us at TFNN.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So we were talking about support and resistance during that first segment out there. One of the questions in the den from Jay was asking if there are any new profiles. He was referring to the equity future contracts. We've got those up here on the screen. And the answer is no, there are no new profiles. But I do want to make you aware, I believe yesterday we were talking about the new profile, weekly profile that was attempting to form inside the Dow. It was active this morning. It vanished about an hour and a half ago or so. So I do not have any profiles. From a profile perspective, price above all profile levels in the Russell 2000, inside the Dow, inside the NASDAQ, and the ES Mini is struggling to clear and stay above the top of its profile. So the level you're watching there is 36.94.75. A close above a top of a profile resistance is a bullish message out here right now. It's the only one of the four equity futures contracts that is consolidating with inside its profiles out there. Mr. Bill asked about Chipotle, CMG, noting that this had made a new all-time high. And the question was, I believe the question was, any thoughts about a price target? So as we take a look at this chart out here, the pattern, and first and foremost, prices above the top of the daily, weekly, and monthly profiles out here. Now, the top of the monthly month has not ended, obviously. It's 1384.46. A close above that, again, becomes bullish. Doesn't tell us whether we've got topping signals or anything. With regard to a price target, so what would we use to figure out a price target? Let's forget Stevie's other tools out here. The one tool, or the one pattern that sticks out to me, is the consolidation pattern. That's where you see tests of prior highs, maybe you see 2 or 3 tests of those areas. You need at least 2, and then test of the lows. So what I have in here, Bill, I've just drawn in the consolidation pattern. And the cool thing about a consolidation is when you do break the consolidation, that gives you a measured move price objective. And that takes us into about the 1555-ish type area. Usually when you break a consolidation, your measured move is equal to or greater than that consolidation. So that would be one way for Mr. Bill and I to come up with a price target. What would be another way? Another way would be if we can clearly see an A to B equals CD pattern. Well, I don't know why this is not working, but man, it's not. I'm getting a bunch of fuzz on the screen. So the problem here, Bill, as you can probably figure out when I take a look at the larger time frame charts out there, it's not a problem, but one gigantic A to B equals CD pattern. If we go ahead and take a look at the weekly. Now, the weekly has a swing point from August 31st, 2020, 1.8 million shares. You're at 1.1 right now for December. Mathematically speaking, we're about halfway through the month. So you could say at this stage here, it looks like that B point is being taken out with volume out there. Well, if that's the case, Chipotle might be the only restaurant open during the next lockdown out there, because this is giving us a price projection, the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD of 21.41. You're traded at 14.11 right now. Is that the pattern that I would use to identify a price target for Chipotle? And the answer is no. I would go back to that consolidation pattern. Now remember, if this fulfills that consolidation move, the move is equal to or greater than. So here's the greater than consolidation, the 21.41 level. But right now, it's the 15.55 area. That price is likely to target. Now, what we did not do is take a look at Chipotle and see if there's any other signals that might be out here. So if we look at the daily, give me a moment to do that. Get this populated. Aha. So there's a possibility, Mr. Bill, of being in wave number 7, that's letter G, but it could also be the third wave out there. And I would say, because Chipotle has taken out its TD9 resistance level, 1359.72, and it's taken out its most recent TD9 count top from about 4 or 5 days ago, strong momentum move to the upside, more likely C versus G out there. I wouldn't worry about those wave counts, but I don't see is there a potential for a topping signal? Yeah, but the other topping signal or resistance levels failed. So I think the consolidation measured move is more likely. Now, on a weekly basis, price is beginning to move higher, doing it with less relative energy. It is definitely in wave number 7 out there. So you've got wave number 7 on the weekly. Most certainly, we can justify. We can see that we also have wave number 7 on the daily time frame. But again, this Rhodes momentum indicator signal won't mean a thing unless we see a bearish reversal candle, and that would be on the weekly time frame. The monthly status for Chipotle. Well, this is going to be bar number 9 of a TD9 count. So let's back things up a bit. So here's what we've got, Mr. Bill. We've got a consolidation breakout on the daily with a price objective of 15.51. The weekly, we see a topping signal. The monthly, we see a topping signal. And if this is a false breakout, which we don't know if it is, and it gets back inside that consolidation area, well, that would be a signal that maybe it was in fact a false breakout, and these other signals will take hold. Remember, though, in that TD9 count pattern, if this is to identify a high out here, it can also occur in the bar following bar number 9. So that takes us into January. On a quarterly basis out here, what do we have? We don't have anything. So at Chipotle, at this stage, we're going to have to go with right now. The signal is a consolidation measured move breakout into the 15.55 area, and I hope that helps you out. We've got a caller on the line. It's Gary in Michigan. Gary, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you?
Hey, Steve. Great. How about you doing?
Very good. Now, I know you want to take a look at Goldilocks out there. And what specifically? Anything specific?
The company I've got some options on that I'm underwater on is BTG Gold. But in general, I mean, I've got a large, play in it, but I'm short on this one, but I'm running out of time too. It's January options, so I'm just curious what you see.
Sure. Let's take a look at BTG for you, because you're running out of time, but the time that you did get gave you a brand new daily profile today, and it is bullish in structure. So what you're going to want to watch is 548. Which in essence has already been tested. The low was 549. The bottom of that new daily profile is 548. If price closes below that, it's telling us that price wants to move lower. Price is below the bottom of the weekly profile, and that's why I came to that conclusion, and price is consolidating with inside the monthly profile. So watch 548. If this bullish structure profile holds, you should see a bounce to 579. I don't know if those 30 pennies will help you much or not, but that is the parameters for the daily profile for BTG. Now, real quickly here, doesn't have to be real quickly, but BTG, I just want to get it on my daily time frame and just see if there's anything else that can assist you with this trade out there. So I gave you the 548. 545 is a red oscillator on change line for the daily time frame. So really it's a close below that, 545. That would signal you go back and you revisit the lows from a couple of weeks ago, at a minimum. That's what it would suggest to you. And Garrett, we're about to go to a hard breakout here. So if you'd be kind enough to hold on through the break, and I'll answer any other questions you've got about BTG while I prepare to take a look at the gold charts with you. So this is Steve Rhodes on the line with Gary in Michigan. When we get back from this break, we'll continue looking at gold. We'll be right back. Back in the day, I joined the Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as,
whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step-by-step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we're on the line with Gary. We're taking a look at gold. We were looking at BTG just before we went to break. So, Gary, any questions about BTG?
No, I know. Real quick on the long-term chart, the monthly chart, is that
Yes.
From what it just closed? I know we're in the middle of the month now, but does that show anything?
Yeah, so it does. It's prices below the the top of its profile out there. It had been above it, so it's back inside, we'll call it the range of the profile. And that's why I was suggesting that if price closes below 548, but then we put up the daily chart and we get the oscillator unchanged line at 545. So that's really a close below 545 because that line was red. That would suggest lower price. So lower price says, hey, where's the next support area? I'm just kind of deferring to the monthly time frame for that.
Got it. Thanks.
Okay, you're welcome. So let's go take a look at gold. We haven't looked at this chart here for a while, folks. This chart being gold priced in all the major currencies. And you really need to take a look at instruments priced in all those currencies because you don't have a bull market unless price is rising in all currencies. You don't really have a bear market unless price is falling in all currencies. Well, what we can see here about Goldilocks, she's been falling in all currencies out there. The rally so far that's taken place through today, Gary, has been nothing more than a test of a descending trend line. And not that price can't break through that. The descending trend line, folks, I'm referring to is the one that began on November 16th. That's your touch point. And then what you would do is use the December 8th as your touch point. And voila, price today runs into resistance out there. Now we can see that gold priced in euros also running into a descending trend line resistance. Gold in yen and gold in sterling from a trend line specific standpoint, weaker than gold priced in euros and dollars out there. But when we take a look at gold priced in all these currencies, we're not seeing anything that says, hey, Steve-O, big move to the upside should be forthcoming out there. If we move over and take a look at the horizontal trading ranges, now this is the continuous contract for gold. The blue lines represent the daily time frame, even though the chart itself is weekly. The green lines are weekly, and the red lines are monthly. So I can put the different horizontal trading range boundary lines on a chart and still keep the same, and still keep a time frame, one of those three time. Well, I can put any time frame that I would like. In this case, it's the weekly time frame. It is the weekly time frame, Gary, where I see the largest concentration of support and resistance. And we found support, or gold found support, at about the 1777 area. That was a weekly horizontal trading range. To the upside, it's in about the 1904 area. So if price can take out that descending trend line, then what I would expect is gold to make a run for that next horizontal trading range in that $1,900 area. Any questions so far about those two charts that we've taken a look at?
That key figure, then, it's got to take out to get up to that 1900 level.
Yeah, so that one is a. I'll give it to you. What unfortunately, it's around 1872, 1871, somewhere in that range out there. So if you did see that, the suggestion would be that price should move up to that next horizontal trading range level. That's how I would look at it. And then lastly, what we can do is we can go take a look at how gold is trading from a profile standpoint, daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly. And that's what we have up on the screen here. And again, the price might be slightly different because I'm using my synthetic symbol versus, let's see, gold, I think, in dollars is priced at 1859. Nope, no, good. We're in sync right now. So what this chart is telling us, Gary, is that we have a brand new weekly profile that's attempting to form. This is week number 1, so I won't really know until Sunday night whether or not it takes hold. But 1828.50 is a key level of support. If you see a close below that this week, that's going to suggest lower price. At this stage here, this is suggesting a move potentially up to 1889. That would be its next level to the upside. Any questions about this chart?
No, that's great.
Okay, so we've taken care of all those time frames. The one thing we haven't done is take a look at the short-term time frame. So let's go look at that for all of our intraday traders out here. And here's what we know about gold. What gold did was it formed a nice Rhodes momentum indicator top. It does that at the price time of it generated that Rhodes momentum indicator top at 5:30, came back and regenerated that at 7 o'clock out there. So really telling you that sellers were trying to protect that 1870-ish type area. And then price moves back and in essence comes all the way back to its breakout level. That's at 1852.30. Now it got to that area at about 10:30 this morning. Did it get right down there? It did not get it to the tick. It got down to a low of 1852.60 versus 1852.30. Gary, are you okay with cutting some slack here, like 30 cents worth of slack on a $1,500 instrument? Okay. So price basically tested support. So the key area to the downside that you and everybody else will be watching today, because price on this bounce has found resistance at that oscillator unchanged line. And so we're just in this little tight consolidation area between about 1860 and 1852. But it's that 1852.30 that you're watching to the downside. To the upside, I'd say if you can see a close above 1861, that would signal gold should rise up to about the 1867 level out there. So that's the short term, as well as the larger pictures out there and different numbers for you to pay attention to. Any questions about this one?
Nope, that's great. Thank you.
Okay. And any other questions?
Just thanks for all the great data and your report every day. And I like the trade that's on now, and I appreciate it. You do a great job. Thank you very much.
You bet. Thank you. Thank you very much, and thanks for the call. It was Gary in Michigan. And as long as, folks, we were talking about gold, I might as well go ahead and pull up the U.S. dollar index out here. So the U.S. dollar index, as long as it can close above 90.38. Now, we're trading right now at 90.33. And I have a 10-minute delay, 10 or 15-minute delay, I believe, on my chart out there. So it could be just, but if it can hold that first price point that I gave you, let me give it to you again. 90.38, then the TD9 count will remain in effect. If it closes below that, TD9 count is voided. However, what you and I can also see is that price has, what's been triggered on Stevie's charts are the Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottoming signal. If, for example, the U.S. dollar index were to form a bullish hammer candle today, and it could, hasn't yet, but if it did, that would be your bottom signal. Then the last piece to the bottom inside the U.S. dollar index will be a close above that oscillator unchanged line. Currently at about 90.53 or so. Use 90.55 since that's the bottom of the profile. A close above that would then suggest that a bottom has formed in the U.S. dollar index. We already have a bottom. It's being tested today. That is at 90.38 level. It's been tested over the past couple of days, and each time it holds. I don't know whether it will or not. The reason that we take a look at this is because if, in fact, we get a nice bottoming pattern inside the U.S. dollar index, as far as Gary is concerned, that should put some pricing pressure on gold, on the commodities, on silver, and so forth out there. So you'll want to watch what's going on inside the U.S. dollar index. Somebody might have asked a question, well, hey, Steve-O, you showed us the daily time frame, but you didn't tell us what was going on intraday. Okay, you're exactly right out there. So let's go. Oh, shoot. I forgot all this stuff changed. I had a little system problem earlier. That's not it. 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 Oh, opening range right here. Right in front of my eyes. What do we have? Oh, and I'll have to do this when I get back from the break, folks. Sorry about that. We'll be right back.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. Are you looking to buy or sell gold, silver, platinum, coins, or bullion? We can help. At Tiger Precious Metals and Stones, we specialize in the buying and selling of gold, silver, as well as collectible U.S. and foreign coins. We not only buy your unwanted or broken jewelry, but you can trade that in for gold and silver coins, too. Call Andy now at 727-329-8245 for a quote over the phone and to lock in the current market price. Call us now at 727-329-8245.
TFNN has just launched our Tiger Dollar Holiday Sale. For a limited time, we've doubled all the Tiger Dollar bonuses, where you can now get up to a 20, 30, or even a 40% bonus on your Tiger Dollar purchase. Tiger Dollars are good for all TFNN newsletters, webinars, and services and never expire. Whether you're a current subscriber or just thinking of signing up for any TFNN products in the future, this is a great time to get your Tiger Dollars. Happy holidays from all of us at TFNN.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at the U.S. dollar index. We've got the 30-minute time frame chart up on our screen, and I'm glad that we put it up because we're trying to understand, is there a possibility that the U.S. dollar index could generate that bullish reversal candle today, the hammer candle? And the cool thing is that as we were coming into the 1 p.m. time frame, on a 30-minute basis, the U.S. dollar index had confirmed a TD 9-count top out there. So what does that mean? That means price should pull back, move sideways, just have a little bit of hiccup. But if over the course of the next number of sessions, let's say throughout the rest of the day, you see the U.S. dollar index close above 90.39, that's telling us about a strong momentum move to the upside, and then you could, in fact, get that bullish reversal candle. But until that happens, you have to assume either sideways move, a pullback to test 90.23. That is the oscillator unchanged line. But watch today's high. That's for sure. That's at that 90.39 level. If this is just a counter trend rally, it stopped at 1 p.m. So we've got a couple questions that have come in by email, and I see we've got one inside the YouTube channel. So let's go take a look at those. The first one coming in from Dan F. And Dan says, Steve, love your show. Well, Dan, thank you for loving the show. I love that you love the show. But Dan goes on to say, enough of the love. Actually, he didn't, but I'm saying enough with the love fest out here. Can you look at SOL? It's a China solar company. I'm in at about 550, wondering where to exit. Let's go take a look at it, see what we've got from a profile standpoint. Again, ticker symbol SOL, and that is Renesola LTD. So what you've got here is prices trading above the top of the daily, weekly, and monthly profiles out there. So everything at this stage of the game looks good. The top of that monthly profile is weekly. That's above them all. So just checking to make sure out there. So let's go take a look at the other charts. You're asking where to exit. So let's first do this here. I'm going to come back to that. I'm not moving on just yet. You've got a swing point out here. And I don't know what your objectives were, whether it was a long-term, short-term. But let me just give you the shorter term, the daily time frame when I say shorter term. December 1st, 2020 is its high. 5.7 million shares as price got up to a high of 949. Today, you're at 3.2 million shares. So you've got pretty good volume as it's trading in that swing point. Yesterday it closed inside yesterday it closed inside that swing point with 7.8 million shares. When you close inside a swing point with volume, Dan, the message is, it's not a guarantee. The message, though, and what's likely to occur is price should at least go test the top. So you should at least get a move up to that 949 level. And you're in at 550. That's a pretty good profit. If it can close above that 949, hey, that's a beautiful thing. But that would become the first target. Am I telling you to exit there? No, because right now you're pushing into that swing point with volume. On a weekly basis, that swing point had volume of 20 million shares. You're already at 24. So no, you've got to wait to see how that plays out. Well, you don't have to. I'd suggest that you do that and see if price can actually overtake that swing point. Again, no guarantee. As price is moving higher, it has begun to trigger a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. Again, only an issue if we get a bearish reversal candle. So just be aware. It's like the weatherman. It's like living in Florida. You basically should bring an umbrella every day, even if it's sunshine out there, because the rain can pop up anywhere. So if we look at the weekly time frame chart, any signal here that Dan should jettison his position? And the answer is no. On a monthly basis, any kind of a signal out here? None yet. In fact, closing above 720 last month was your signal that SOL wanted to move to higher ground. Now, this is going to be month number 6 of a TD9 count. So that says you've got, maybe 3 months, 2 to 3 months, 2 to 4 months, I should say, before you might get that topping pattern on a monthly time frame. But this is saying, hey, I'm not going to give you the $26 price objective that this chart shows you because I don't want you to think about $26. But that's what this chart is showing us. But a lot of things can happen between then and now. Really, to go back any further than the monthly time frame is not providing us with much information. So, hey, Dan, first of all, thanks for listening to the show. Thanks for your support here at TFNN, myself, all the contributors. We all appreciate that very much. And best of luck to you on that trade, SOL. The next question coming in, this is from David in Texas, and he says, can you give me your support resistance levels on AEM for the daily and the weekly time frame? So we've got AEM out here. And AEM, I'm going to give you the support levels. Support is going to be 64.50. That's the weekly support. That's the bottom of its weekly profile. Resistance, 75.57 out there. I think that's what you should be looking at with regard to TAS market profiles. With regard to any other signals out here for AEM on a daily time frame. Let's get this thing here populated. Breakout support. Well, here, I'll give you the support levels on a daily time frame to the downside. There's going to be 4 of them. 5 of them. 68.36 is your first one. Close below that, 65.84. Close below that, 64.66. A close below that, 63.66. And a close below that, 63.47. Those are your daily support levels. Your resistance levels on a daily time frame are going to be 79.74 out there. David, thank you. Oh, you also wanted weekly. Let me take a quick peek at that. Weekly out here. You've got support at 60.89. Resistance at about 76.55. Let's go out to Philadelphia and speak with John. John, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Steve, I'm very good. Steve, I wanted to ask a very specific question on Salesforce.com's ticker symbol CRM.
Yes.
The stock sold off, in the past couple of weeks.
Yes.
On the news that it was buying Slack. So we had that sell-off. The stock has come right back into and closed and is now holding just above the gap from August. And that gap and the big rally that occurred there in August was on 2 things. One was the earnings report, and 2, the inclusion of that stock into the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Anyway, we've come back. My question, Steve, is at this price level, 223 or, yesterday's low, 220, is this a low-risk buy here?
Yes. Would you like some more information?
Thank you. Enjoy the Fed and Chairman Powell. So I'll let you go. But thank you.
No, I want to at least give you the reason why. Because
please do.
Here's the reason why. So on the daily time frame, you had a brand new bullish structure profile that formed yesterday, John, and that's why I answered so quickly. Yes, it was tested, and price did close slightly below. By the way, that number is 220.97. That's the bottom. Center 221.96, and price is above that right now. Typically, and I don't know where price will close. I'm going to assume price closes above 221.96. Typically, when price closes above the center of a bullish structure profile, price will make a run to the 228.88 level. So, that is your buy point. And if price closed below that 220.97, that's a signal, hey, it's time to get out. Now, what CRM might also be doing only is just bouncing up to test the oscillator and change line, which is 225 and change out here. The reason is we can see that oscillator and change line changed from green to red, and so you're really looking for a test of that line. In order for CRM to really get its mojo, price must close above that oscillator and change line. A test and rejection says, hey, I want to go visit 194.42. But today, you do have a low-risk opportunity to get into CRM. See Rhodes with TFNN. We're great.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. One of our folks on the YouTube channel wanted me to take a look at Zoom, looking for an entry price. So in the case of Zoom, it's trading below the bottom of its weekly and right at the bottom of its bullish structured daily profile, and price closed below that 4 or 5 days ago. And not until price closes above the center of that profile, 413.02, would we suggest that the bounce is anything more than just a counter trend rally. Let's pull over Stevie's other charts out here. So you got to be patient, I would say. Do we see a bottom? We've got the top, Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, Evening Star, takes price right back to where it should and where it found support. That's at 373.05. That's the breakout level. beautiful thing, isn't it? And prices held that. But it is still below that daily profile out there. And so you won't get a change in trend signal or a signal that price is moving to the upside until you see it close about 431.47. So it really depends on your risk appetite out here. Can you make the case you should enter now because price is above Stevie's red line out there, just slightly above it, and it held 373.05? You can, but that needs in essence be your stop. It's got to be a stop below 373.05, and really it's got to be a stop below 366.28 out there. Let's look at the weekly time frame here real quickly. What do we see out here on the weekly? So the weekly says, geez, TD9 count top out here, price below the weekly profiles. Zoom could be headed back to 248.51. So it really does say be careful, be cautious out here. Valid signals. I don't know if we've got enough. Geez, Louise, you had even enough time frame to generate a TD9 count top on the monthly. I know we're all zooming out here. I'm going to suggest you be very cautious and careful on Zoom. If Zoom has bottomed, it will close about 431.47. Otherwise, the weekly chart is taking over and says, I want lower price. Folks, stay tuned for 2 more great hours, and we'll be back tomorrow on Terrific Thursday. Have a wonderful day. Take care.